we'll be celebrating Christmas very soon, and I wanted to show you a book, the second most famous story, Christmas story. Well, the first one is Bible and the Nativity of Jesus in Gospel of St. Matthew, and the second is the Christmas Carol from Charles Dickens. This particular volume has two stories. The second is The Chimes. And as you may know, Charles Dickens has written 5 Christmas stories, the short novels. And well, in 1843, he has written a parliamentary report on child labour, and it included thousands of pages of testimonies of child workers as young as 5. And since he worked as a child in a bootblacking factory when his father was imprisoned at the time, so this fact touched him deeply, and he knew he has to react, he has to write. It was like a campaign. And since the Gothic fiction was very popular there, so he got this idea that there would be a lot of ghosts and these supernatural elements. So he drew heavily on the genre, and so this genre included mysterious atmosphere, would incorporate crime, supernatural and romantic elements, and these protagonists would be often tragic. There would be a lot of strange visions and nightmares, and the setting was very important. So it would be they would be placed in graveyard, castles, and some gloomy places. And yes, the idea of the protagonist of Ebenezer Scrooge, he was to portray the business class, the factory owners. He was a London-based businessman. He was a ultimate miser, ultimate loner, who had no feelings, no regard for poorer, for working class. So, except for those who would make the money out of. And so his partner, Jacob Marley, dies, and on the Christmas Eve, and then he, as a ghost, he would visit him. He would say that later Scrooge would be visited by 3 ghosts, and yes, the ghost comes. So there is a ghost of the past, where he shows him his past. He was a very unhappy child, and then the present, the ghost would take him to his nephew's family happy gathering, and the Christmas gathering, and the family of Bob Cratchit, his clerk, very devoted, hard-working person who would bring up a family of several children on extremely low wage. And there was among these children there is a crippled boy, Tiny Tim, and Scrooge felt for Tiny Tim and asked the ghost about his future, and the ghost answered that by the next Christmas Tiny Tim would most likely die if nothing changes. And then the future, the ghost was showing him miserable future. He'll be dead, and there is a graveyard. And so this 3 element of nostalgia, pity, and fear transforms Scrooge. And how important this story was at the time. But by 19th century, the popularity of Christmas would decline largely. So in the 19th century, during the Queen Victoria time, well, the Christmas tree would be introduced. Well, Prince Albert would bring the custom from Germany, and so the public would see those pictures with these happy family, royal family decorating Christmas tree, and the Christmas card would be first printed, but undoubtedly these would have the largest impact, and it was a great success. It is never out of print till now, and just after a few weeks there will be several plays in London theatres, and the first movie would be shown in 1901, black and white, of course, and till now there's over 50 TV and film production, and now I want to show you from our collection this version, and this is from 1970, and why this one? Because this is musical, and so I thought this would be just perfect for the entertainment. It's very entertaining, and it was awarded, and well, the Albert Finn, who plays the main character, he won the Golden Globe for the best actor, and of course it's lively, wonderfully presented, but the songs are just great, and the main one, titled "Thank You Very Much," and was nominated to the Academy Award.